afternoon. It's Tuesday, 7 o'clock at night, and we are with one more show of the neighborhood news. And I know that CJ is on the control room, and he's fixing our cameras, because I can see that the cameras are not really on our guests and on me. But anyway, when you have a chance to take control of the cameras, we are starting a new show today for this neighborhood news. Neighborhood news is taped every Tuesday morning, and we broadcast from a channel from BCC Studios, channel 95 on your TV screen. And we are, like every time, we try to invite you to listen to our shows every Tuesday. If you're watching this show and it's not a Tuesday night, it's because you are watching a repeat show. So for that reason, please come back next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and we will have new guests, and we will be here with a new show. For our Portuguese listeners out there, sejam bem-vindos para mais programa de notícias da sua vizinhança. É terça-feira, às 7 horas da noite, nós estamos a transmitir mais programa de notícias da sua vizinhança. Se está a escutar-nos e não é terça-feira, é porque está a escutar programa que está a ser repetido aqui no seu canal 95. Portanto, volte na próxima terça-feira à noite para mais programa. Não se esqueça que o nosso programa de amigos, que é transmitido em português, vai para o ar todas as quartas-feiras às 8 horas da noite, e mesmo em seguida nós temos o nosso programa de revisão de notícias semanal, que vai para o ar às quartas-feiras às 7 horas da noite. Portanto, fique connosco, nós temos mais programa para si. For our American listeners, we would like to remind you that you have our Portuguese show every Wednesday. Amigos goes on the air at 8 o'clock at night, and the hour before, the 7 o'clock hour, we have our Portuguese news show on the air. So here it goes. Now we have our cameras rolling. Thank you, CJ. I know it's taped, but happens like live show. And sometimes this happens. Today we have guests in studio, and our guests are from, we can call it a neighborhood restaurant. A restaurant that's been around for 25 years, a restaurant that is really serving the community in so many ways. With us, we have Albert, we can call it L, right, L? He's the kitchen manager for Applebees, and we have the general manager, Jaime Pereira. He's a general manager right here in Fall River at the store at the Plymouth Avenue, right?
Yes, sir.
How are you guys doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Ready for the turkey?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And today we're going to talk about the restaurant, just for the reason that they have so much and they provide so much to our community. And we had the pleasure to engage with them on our first of many fundraisers that we're going to be providing our neighborhoods there. And I just like they didn't know much about our organization. It was a good chance for me to learn about the restaurants and about how much they provide to our community through our fundraisers, with all different neighborhoods, groups, and 501c3s and nonprofit organizations. So, Jaime, let's talk a little bit, and then eventually I will have questions for Albert, like if the cheese hamburgers comes with cheese. You know? That's a question that we always like to ask the cooks. But Jaime, talk Talk to us a little bit about the restaurant and how much you having involved with the nonprofits and having the nonprofits tied up with the restaurant.
Sure. So I've been in that location for going on a year now. Myself and Albert both joined the restaurant back in March of this past year. And Applebee's, much like a lot of restaurants out there, they understand the importance of community involvement and what a difference it really does make, at that community level. On a bigger scheme, Applebee's has definitely had some ties with some larger organizations. Every year we do the Alex Lemonade fundraiser, which we generate thousands of dollars in all of our units to help fight childhood cancer. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, we partner up with the Jimmy Fund as well. And a couple of times throughout the year, we have some really good fundraising activities there as well. And again, that's on a larger scheme. But when it comes down to the community in each individual restaurant, it's really up to each location to really get involved and put in some time in their community to make that difference and to really partner up. Being a Fall River resident from years ago and having a lot of family in Fall River, I really found that we have a great opportunity in that restaurant that has not been really tapped into as of late over the last few years. That being really informing our community, our guests, about the programs that as a company we do offer, but yet like yourself had no idea of the programs that we did offer. So the two that come to mind are the two that we most utilize in the restaurant. One is a flapjack breakfast, and that's where we partner up with any nonprofit organization, whether that be a school, a church, simple nonprofit, a sports team, anything really. And we work with them to sell tickets for a pancake breakfast, much like the one you did in our restaurant. So that works where they set a price for the ticket. We ask the organization to sell 100 or so tickets. And then the day of the event, people who come in for that breakfast, they get to enjoy pancakes and bacon and coffee and sausage. And that is all included for that price. And 50% of all the ticket sales go right back to the community and right back to that organization. For these types of services that we do, all of our staff is strictly working on their time. It's all volunteer work. So that's really great. Like the first one that we did was very shortly after me and Al started in that restaurant back in March. We set up an Easter. It was right around Easter time where we had the Easter bunny set up there. So this particular organization that we had dealt with, they arranged to have an Easter bunny there. They sold the tickets. They had an Easter pancake breakfast, and it was a great turnout. And again, that organization really enjoyed it. Much like when your organization came through, we get a chance to go out in the dining room and say thank you to the people and really get to introduce ourselves and introduce these programs that, again, a lot of people don't know about. And I'm sure you've come across in your time with all the fundraising and countless hours that you invest into this, that you meet a lot of people that may be tied into their own organizations. Mm-hmm. People with large hearts that want to participate in fundraising normally know people from different areas. So this one might be in charge of rebuilding schools, or this one may be a cancer society or Relay for Life or Leukemia Foundation, but it allows you to really network and branch into those communities of people where you just get the repeat business and you get to make that impact and involve and touch some great charities. So that's the pancake breakfast. The other one is called Dine to Donate. It's what a lot of other restaurants, a lot of restaurants have a similar program. It's where we would pick a date that works for both us and the organization. And we would create a flyer promoting people to dine in our restaurant in support of their organization. We like to put some thought behind this one because the way this one works is we pick that date, maybe December 8th. And on December 8th, anyone who comes in with the flyer, we donate 15% of both food and alcohol sales back to that organization. So it's very simple to say, hey, let's pick a date and let's do this. But this type of program where it's kind of open-ended, it's strictly based off the traffic that gets generated through the restaurant. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of variables that we like to look at before booking. We want to make sure that the organization has ample amount of time to promote. Utilizing social media is really big over the last decade. Now there's dozens of forms of social media that you can tap into to really help promote these events. We like to have it follow maybe a meeting or an annual event that the organization may have. So if you have your holiday party every year that generates 500 people or 300 people that show up to a pre-existing event, if you will, and you set up one of these events maybe a week or so after, what it does is it eliminates all the legwork of distributing the flyers. You could pass them out. Hey, thank you everyone for joining us today. In addition, we partnered up with Applebees. Join us on this day where a portion of the proceeds come back. So these are some of the strategic approaches that we like to take when setting up these dates. This program can be utilized throughout the entire year as often as you'd like. And again, it's most beneficial with traffic. So it's up to you to produce the people to come to the restaurant. The program is available from when we open the door for lunch at 11 a.m. all the way till close. It's available for both dine-in and takeout. So in case somebody wants to participate and eat in the comfort of their own home, they can still participate. And when we create these flyers, the lead organization person that's in charge of this is in charge of distributing the flyers. So once a flyer gets out to someone, they come in with the flyer, that one flyer is good for the entire table. You don't need one per, every person that's in attendance. So it makes it a little easier there. But yeah, so these are two great programs that the Fall River location, we're really starting to take on and really book and get the word out there. I booked a couple of them just yesterday. And it's a really great program and tool to help generate funds, not only for the holiday season, but to help that school book that senior trip, or to help that church send out their students on a retreat, or whatever it may be. And that's the joy of this program, that it's really set up to assist any and all financial needs. And it's like I said, we really enjoy doing them. I take pride. And I know that my team's really happy when we build them, because it's not only about the increase of sales on that day. It's just about having that really great feeling of knowing that these people have come together for a great cause, and ultimately it's nice to write that check and to hand it back over to the organization, knowing that your money will be helping them accomplish something that they set forth, and you were able to help them with. So it's a really great feeling.
Very good. Let's step into the kitchen now. Oh boy.
Chef Albert.
The cheeseburgers have cheese on them.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know, because sometimes we do ask for cheese hamburger, and then the cook forgets the cheese.
You could always get it without cheese.
So I have a good solution for that. Just give them 2 slices on the side.
We'll heat it up for you too.
So let's talk about the foods. And was any change that you put your personal touch when you came aboard to the restaurant?
Well, Applebee's has its structure, so you kind of have to follow their rules. But I like to feel like I make that impact with each and every cook, and I take that time to really have that one-on-one time with them, to set forth my expectations and the company's expectations and goals, and I feel like I really set the message and put out great food, put out food that you would eat yourself. If you wouldn't serve it to your family member, don't serve it to one of our guests. And that's how I feel. I really feel like our staff does a great job with putting out great food.
During the fundraisers, like Jimmy just said, it's the employees are on their own time there. So you are there for every single fundraiser?
I'm there for just about every single one of them. Yes. I would say about 100% of the flapjack breakfast I am there for, and if it's my day off, I'm there anyway. So yeah, I'm always there for that. I love doing them. Like Jamie said, I really enjoy giving back to the community and seeing people really achieve their goals. But to piggyback on the flapjack breakfast, it's a really good program, and it could really make the organization a lot of money. We're really not looking to get money back, but it does generate a good amount of money. I've been with Applebee's for almost 11 years, and I've done these for the past 5 or 6 years, and I've seen organizations make a good amount of money for, you know, to meet their goals.
I really recommend to nonprofit organizations out there that are looking for, you know, kind of a easy fundraiser, because what the organization really has to do is sell the tickets through the board, through the neighbors, through the friends, just sell the tickets. And then the good part of it was, like on our breakfast that we did there, we had a chance to bring a couple of volunteers in. They really had that experience of serving, probably for the first time. Yeah. And I believe one of my board members was asking if you guys were hiding, right?
You'd be surprised how often that happens.
Yeah. So they really have that feeling of serving too. But I think, and I recommend for nonprofits that are looking for that event. Some organizations, they would like to do one event a year, and they don't know what they don't have the manpower to do a festival, to do something outdoors. But guess what? If you make it probably during the winter time when people don't have much outdoors to go and to do, but want something special, been helping something, being a part of something good, and being indoors, he is the perfect example. So and that was my purpose to bring them here is, and for people that know me, know that I don't keep for myself. When is a good deal, when it's something that other organizations can provide. And that's the reason that I invite them here, because it was one of many fundraisers that we're gonna do through the Applebees, and I want you to have the contact the manager there and book your fundraisers. For us, we're gonna finish this year with 64 events. So we really stretch as much we can our donations and our people that follow us. I mean, if they go, they come with us in bus trips. They come with us. So we have sometimes three events in a weekend. They have to go from one fundraiser to another fundraiser to another fundraiser, but they are very little, and they are. We did our fundraiser. We tried to put this together in 4 weeks, which is very tight time to put something like this. But at least we want to do it. We want to add that into our agenda. So now it's there. Now we have to take it now and keep going, and make it better.
Yes.
And that was the intent. We are trying to add another scholarship, and we're having a meeting the next Wednesday. We're gonna have a meeting. The board meets every month, and we're gonna, I'm gonna try to propose we have an extra fundraiser for a scholarship, and we will be contacting you to make that possible. We already have one fundraiser, like I said. We do a local restaurant, Lindo's Restaurant, for the past 4 years. It's been helping us with the scholarship, Katya's Art Scholarship, and we do a shrimp Mozambique or takeout. So during that day, people come in that purchase tickets or just walk in, and we've been able to raise $1,000 for a scholarship. Last event we raised $810 on that day.
Very nice.
That event. Yeah. So
a lot of shrimp Mozambique.
It's a lot of shrimp Mozambique, but people love it. People love the fact that they go there. And what I do is I set up at 1 o'clock. Whoever wants to eat there with me sits down. So we have the state representatives come in, we have city councils come in, we have everybody in the community come in, and that's the time that I sit. But if you don't have the time to do that, we have takeouts all day. All day we have takeout. So we're trying to kind of increase our going from 1 to 2 scholarships, and that's something probably that we could tie, one of the fundraisers that we can tie with Applebee's for that effect. So Jaime, now we are on the holidays, so it's kind of slow now, right, for the fundraisers?
Yes and no. I think, a lot of organizations have their set fundraising that they've done, over and over and over the last few years, already set. So now I think it's, where Applebee's is introducing, and especially for our location where we're introducing these fundraising, that, we need to get on that slate. Mm-hmm. So we need to get into the schools, we need to talk to the teachers, we need to get in front of the PTOs and let them know what we have to offer. I think, a pancake breakfast with Santa Claus or something would be a great fundraiser that any school could take advantage of, or even the Dine-A-Donays. I mean, I think the holidays are a great time of year for families to get together and go out to dinner. And, we just got the restaurant decorated just yesterday, so it's getting that holiday feel to it. It'll be decorated with lights at night, and it's just it's a nice feel. So I think that, the holidays are definitely a busier time for restaurants. We're getting past that lull of the summer, and kids are back in school. So it would be a great time to take advantage. It's just about, again, making that awareness and getting these organizations to think when they do need fundraising. Oh, let's reach out to Applebee's. Let's get involved with what they have to offer, because I think that's my job right now, is to fill that void of us not being on everyone's top priority to utilize our programs. Mm-hmm.
And on the kitchen, though, should we look for something special on the holiday menu? Do you guys have run like a special?
We don't run a different menu. We do have some upcoming new menus starting in the new year, mm-hmm. But we don't run any specials, unfortunately, for the holidays.
Mm-hmm. So we eat what it's more common.
The whole menu is delicious. The whole menu is delicious.
Well, the company itself has made a lot of transition over the last year. I think a lot of people can see and say, wow, there's been quite a bit of Applebee's, commercials on TV. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Pandora, we're on a lot of social media and TV. And right now, I think the company is really emerging with the sense that they switched over all the locations to a wood fire grill. So we're actually burning real wood in our grills now, and we changed over to hand-cut steaks. So as, the normal person who hasn't stepped foot in an Applebee's in the last year, or doesn't dine with us frequently, or haven't been in there in the last 6 months, I think they'd be very surprised to see some of the changes that, the company has been making.
So it was not just the facade of the restaurant that changed.
No,
because
absolutely.
They have a beautiful facade now. They really upgraded.
Yeah, our franchise group has done a great job, and they set a very high precedent and expectation as far as the cleanliness of all of our restaurants, and the exterior and the interior and all the facilities. And we have very strict guidelines as far as how we need to uphold those that standard and that level of quality. So I think that entering our restaurants, you'll see that they're very clean, they're organized. There's no tears on the boots, there's no wallpaper falling off the wall. It's a very tight restaurant, it's a tight appeal, and we really do take pride in both the quality of our food and drinks and the ambiance that we set forth.
How much staff you have now?
Our staff is around 40.
40?
Yeah, from front of the house to back of the house,
mm-hmm.
about 40 employees.
And it's 2 different shifts, right?
Yeah. We have our lunch shift and our dinner shift. We're open from 11 a.m. Until midnight during the week, and then 1 a.m. on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. And you do have the liquor license, so
absolutely.
somebody wants
Full
to
bar.
join a new, like a nice beer with with the
Yeah,
cheeseburger
we have-
without
Yeah.
the cheese.
10 draft,
Yep.
10 draft lines. We have a very extensive, high quality of liquor available. Our famous perfect margaritas. So we have a place to keep you warm and cozy over the winter if that's what you're looking for.
That's good. That's good. So I want to, before I wrap up the show today, I really want to invite the nonprofits to reach out to Jaime and try to book those fundraisers. That's what we are looking for. Like we mentioned, we're not looking for to increase the sales, but my intent here is to let the other groups out there. I mean, it's so many groups out there that they're always looking for something to fundraiser. So here's a perfect example. So please contact Jaime at the Applebees and Plymouth Avenue address is
311 Plymouth Ave. And again, I can't say it enough. We strongly encourage you to do so. Our company takes pride in the community involvement that we offer. Just in the short time that I've been in this location, we've partnered with quite a bit of nonprofit organizations already. We've done the Taste of Fall River, that was on the Battleship. We look forward to networking when we are at these events to really just meet, and that's my goal, is to constantly just meet more people and more organizations that we can affect. Whether it's come the summertime and you're looking for someone to help donate some food or go to help you. I think we mentioned that with you. To help provide food for a cookout or anything that listen, the worst we can say is no, but I mean 9 out of 10 times we're probably gonna get a yeah, absolutely, we can help you with that, and this is the way we got to go about doing it. So it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, we're looking for it. We're looking for that connection and to build that relationship.
So I will not be surprised if next year during our movie nights or during our park cookouts to see El there at the grill.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Flipping the burger.
Flipping burgers. We'll bring down the mascot for the kids. Yeah, it'll be a great time.
So I think this is the end of our show, and I have to say I'm on the air now for 4 years, and this is definitely one of the best shows I had, because the needs, I know it's plenty of groups out there that depend on organizations and business like yours to really to succeed. And I'm so glad, I'm happy that I was able to bring it into them.
Yeah, and we're very happy to be part of it.
Absolutely.
We really are. So
Albert, thank you. Good luck for the holidays.
Thank you
on
very
that
much.
kitchen. And Jaime, again, thank you for all the support you've been giving to our not
pleasure.
just to our neighborhood group, but into our community out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And we will come back next week with one more guest here on the, I was going to say Flint Neighborhood Association, Hello Neighbors, but here on the Neighborhood News. Have a good night.